It was a warm spring morning in Corvallis, Oregon, when 19-year-old Brooke Wilberger began her day with something simple: cleaning the lights outside an apartment complex managed by her sister just across the street from her home. It was supposed to take only a few minutes, but by the time her sister came to check on her later that day, Brooke was gone. Her bucket of water and cleaning supplies were left behind. Her flip-flops were broken and muddy, as if she had been dragged. Her car was still parked nearby, locked. Inside were her phone, her bag, her wallet. Brooke had vanished, without a single trace. Brooke wasn't just any teenager. She was kind, gentle, deeply faithful, the fifth of 6 kids in a loving Oregon family. She'd just finished her first year at Brigham Young University, studying speech pathology, inspired by her own childhood speech struggles. Everyone who knew her described her as the kind of person who made you believe the world was still good. That morning, Brooke had planned to meet her sister for lunch. But when she didn't show up, her sister Stephanie immediately knew something was wrong. She searched everywhere, calling out Brooke's name, until she saw the abandoned cleaning supplies and broken sandals. Within minutes, police were called. The search for Brooke began that same day, and it would soon become one of the largest missing person investigations in Oregon history. Neighbors reported hearing a scream that morning, around 10:30 a.m., but no one had seen what happened. Hundreds of volunteers combed the area. Fields, woods, and rivers. Helicopters circled overhead. The entire community came together, refusing to give up hope. Early in the case, police thought they might have a suspect. A man named Sung-Koo Kim, arrested for stealing women's underwear from college dorms nearby. When investigators searched his home, they found thousands of stolen items and detailed notes on how to abduct women. But despite his disturbing past, his alibi checked out. He'd been shopping with his father the morning Brooke disappeared. For months, the trail went cold. The only solid clue was a dark green minivan seen circling the area that day. The driver, a tall white man with a shaved head, had been trying to talk to several women around the Oregon State University campus. Each encounter felt wrong, predatory, but no one could identify him. Then, 6 months later, a horrifying new case broke open hundreds of miles away. In Albuquerque, New Mexico, a young Russian exchange student was kidnapped in broad daylight by a man with a knife. He tied her up with shoelaces, assaulted her, and drove her across town. But she fought back when he stopped at an apartment complex. She managed to escape, running into traffic, screaming for help. The description of her attacker matched the Oregon suspect perfectly, and his car, a red 2-door with floral seat covers, led police straight to Joe Patrick Courtney. Courtney was a 38-year-old father of 3, but beneath that ordinary life was a deeply violent man. He was a lifelong criminal with a history of assault and sexual violence, drifting from state to state, leaving a trail of destruction behind. After his arrest, detectives in Oregon were notified. They quickly discovered that Courtney had been in Corvallis the very day Brooke disappeared. When they searched his dark green minivan, the same one seen near the scene, they found what no one wanted to believe: Brooke's DNA, strands of her blonde hair, proof she had been inside that van. It was undeniable. Joe Courtney had taken her. He was charged with 19 counts, including aggravated murder, kidnapping, rape, and sexual abuse. But before facing trial in Oregon, he was sentenced to 18 years in New Mexico for the kidnapping and assault of the Russian student. Even behind bars, he showed no remorse, smirking through court, mocking his victims, and refusing to cooperate. For years, Brooke's family lived in agony, knowing who had taken her, but never knowing what really happened or where she was. Then, in 2009, 5 years after her disappearance, everything changed. Courtney finally agreed to talk. He made a deal. He would confess, tell her what happened, and lead police to Brooke's body, but only if prosecutors took the death penalty off the table. After long discussion, Brooke's family agreed. They just wanted her home. Courtney led investigators deep into the woods, about 12 miles west of Corvallis. There, under a fallen tree, they found her remains. Her silver Christmas watch, a gift from her mother, was still on her wrist. He confessed to everything. That morning, he had been driving around looking for a victim. He approached 2 other young women first, but they escaped. Then he saw Brooke, alone, cleaning the lights. He pretended to be a delivery driver, pulled out a knife, and forced her into his van. He bound her, assaulted her, and drove her deep into the forest. He kept her alive overnight before killing her and hiding her body under a fallen tree. In court, he pleaded guilty to aggravated murder, kidnapping, rape, and sexual abuse. He was sentenced to life in prison without parole. For Brooke's family, it was the end of a nightmare, but also the beginning of healing. Her mother said she was grateful to finally know where her daughter was, grateful that her killer would never walk free again. Brooke Wilberger's story is one of unimaginable pain, but also of faith, community, and the power of never giving up. Even when the truth was buried deep in the woods, her family's love brought it to light. And today, Brooke's name lives on, a reminder that evil can hide anywhere, but love and justice never stop searching.